Hi everyone, it's Carly and I'm finally back with another freaking video. So I did a poll on my Instagram whether or not you guys wanted to see a pregnancy video or just a video with spending a day with me. The pregnancy video won. I'm still gonna do it, spending the day with me video. That'll probably be my next one since it was kind of a close vote. Shit, that's so good. I've been craving Doritos for the last week, and the bag's pretty much gone. We picked these up like 2 days ago. I didn't really plan this video out very well, which I probably should have, considering it's pretty important. Fuck. So we moved in December 1st, and I missed my November period. My cycle's never been spot on, but I've never missed a whole month. And I was like, okay, well that can only mean like one thing. December 1st, we found out about the place. And we finally moved in December 3rd. Yes. So we moved in December 3rd, and in the back of my head, I was like, okay, like, I think I'm pregnant. Like, I did not have a period all November, and I told him that. And he was like, no, like, there's no way you're pregnant, because he was, like, 110% sure that he's infertile. December 6th, we went to Family Dollar to pick up, like, I think it was hand towels and, like, hand soap and just, like, cheap things that, like, isn't really important if it's $1. And I was like, babe, like, I think I need to get a pregnancy test. And he was like, okay, like, let's get that. So we grabbed 2 pregnancy tests, and we came back to the house, and I had to pee so bad. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go take these. So I did the 3 drops of pee into the dot right here, this little hole. And I was looking at it, and I was like, okay, I need to set it down, whatever. And I was just staring at it, and one line appeared, and then a second line appeared. Because I ran upstairs to the upstairs bathroom, and he was putting like what we got from Dollar Tree away. And I was like, babe, I was like, there's no way. And I ran down the stairs and I showed him, and he was like, okay, you need to go take the other one right now. I think this one was the first one that I took because it was a really faint line. And so then I retook this one, and this was like a way darker line. And I was like, okay, like, I'm definitely pregnant. Like, pregnancy tests do not lie for positive. False ones, maybe, but positive, no, there's no way. I called my mom, and I told her, and she was actually excited. And at the same time, so were we. We were just kind of, like, shocked because we had only been together for, like, a month, and the whole time he thought he was infertile, and just, yeah. It was a hassle for me to make a fucking doctor's appointment because so when I was living in Wisconsin, I had health insurance through my job that I worked at. And then when I moved back to Illinois, I still hadn't had medical insurance, which is really bad and whatever, but I didn't have medical insurance, so I had to apply for medical insurance, and I had to wait for that because the OBGYN here where I'm from does not accept prenatal care to anyone that doesn't have health insurance. It was about, I think it was 6 weeks along when I finally was seen. I started bleeding around 6 weeks. I think it was like 6, and I called the nurses advisory at Carle Hospital, and they were like, well, you should probably come in, like, make an appointment with your OBGYN, and I was like, oh, well, I definitely don't have medical insurance right now, like, it's been a struggle, I'm still waiting on that. The only way that you'd probably be able to be seen is if you come into the emergency room. And so we went to the emergency room, and we had an ultrasound done. We found out how far along I was. I was 5 weeks and 5 days when I went to the emergency room. And they found the reasoning to my bleeding is a subchorionic hemorrhage, which I think I'm going to do a video on that because it's actually pretty scary. Long story short, it's a bleeding like sac that separates your placenta from conjoining onto your uterine wall. So your placenta eventually glues onto your uterus wall, and the subchorionic hemorrhage, if it gets too big, could break away the placenta and my uterus wall, which could cause a miscarriage. So they've kept a really close eye on it. I'm 15 weeks along now, and I still am pregnant, and I still have the baby, and I haven't bled since about 10 weeks. When I went to my very first OBGYN prenatal appointment, I was 6 weeks and 5 days along, and the heartbeat was 142. I have an ultrasound picture of the very first ultrasound that I got. It's actually really funny. We joke about it all the time because the picture that they captured of the baby literally looks like the shit emoji. Then the next time I did get an ultrasound, and I was about 10 weeks along, and if you have a weak stomach or you just think this is gross talking about it, you're not mature enough to listen, then I would just click X. But so I was at work, and I stood up to go to break, and I felt like I started my period. And that's what it looked like too. I went to the bathroom, and I was like, oh my God. And I started crying, and it was like 10 in the morning, so my shift had just started. And I walked over to my supervisor, and I was like, hey, this is my current situation. I need to call my doctor and see what I need to do next, blah, blah, blah. They're very understanding. So she let me call my doctor. My doctor told me to come in, that they need to do an ultrasound and check and everything. And so I drove to the hospital, and I had an appointment waiting for me for the fetal care center. And the next set of ultrasound pictures that I got are these. Yeah, I was 10 weeks, I believe 10 weeks and 2 days along. The sonograms without, the sonograms I didn't necessarily make an appointment for, don't show the date. But this was January 21st, so I will put in here how actually far along I was then. I believe I was like 10 weeks and 2 days. But this is one of the side profile pictures. This is baby's head. Baby's hand, he had, or I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Baby had their hand by their face. That's his, oh my God, I keep saying his. They say that baby doesn't have a tail anymore at this point, but some of these pictures look like it's still there. It's not, it's just their legs being weird, I guess. I'm not sure. This next picture is, so this picture was rotated. Oops. So this picture was rotated. So if I were to flip this around, it would, that's baby's head, baby's body, baby's feet again. So yeah, about 10 weeks, they still kind of look alien-ish and not really, and dino looking, like they don't really look like a baby yet. This was when I first saw baby moving, and I bawled. I was crying. It was so cute because at the same time, I thought something was wrong, like thought I was losing my baby, you know. And when you see that baby on the sonogram and see that everything's okay, everything's normal, it's just such a relief. I think baby's heartbeat was 155 when I went for that's the face and that's the body. And the baby was literally waving at us. Like, he was literally dancing around and then, like, was just waving. And she, like, got a whole bunch of pictures of that, and it was so cute. This is, like, the same one. And this picture was zoomed in quite a bit. And I'm not sure, don't get me wrong, but I do believe that that is the hemorrhage. I'm not 100% sure. And after I got my sonogram, I went upstairs to the OBGYN department, and my doctor came in and she was like, everything looks normal, your baby's completely healthy. The subchorionic hemorrhage is shrinking, which is causing bleeding. because it is blood in there, and the only way that it can like leave the body is if it leaves the body. If you're bleeding at any point, please still come in because you could be passing the baby, or it could just be blood. And these ultrasound pictures are 12 weeks and 3 days long. It's so crazy to see how much baby has changed in just a short amount of time. So yeah, we got quite a few pictures. Then this is the picture that I posted almost everywhere. This is the top of the head. This is baby's chin, baby's little lips, and baby's nose. That's the eye. This one is like the same thing. Baby's mouth is a little bit more closed. The baby's nose, the baby's mouth, and the baby's head. These pictures are a lot more clear and HD, and these are shiny, and these are more matte and just dull looking. I don't know if you see a difference, but this is like the same thing. So, and then we're back to the beginning of this set. It's crazy to see how much the baby can change in just a short amount of time. I had a doctor's appointment February 15th, and they checked the heartbeat with a fetal heart Doppler, I think it's called, and baby's heartbeat was 160. I actually recorded it. I'm going to put it in here right now. So I didn't announce until I was 14 weeks along. Because of the subchorionic hemorrhage, everyone was like, oh my God, when are you gonna tell people? And so many people found out because everyone opens their mouth, and I was kind of actually really upset about that because I felt like people were taking the announcement away from me, and at that point I really didn't even want to do it. I was like, well, everybody knows anyways, like it's annoying. A friend of mine actually took our pictures for us. They turned out super, super cute. I'll insert a couple pictures. That was originally why I started this YouTube channel, so that I could talk about my pregnancy and everything with that. Here goes my furnace. Did you see that? This like piece of paper just flew out of my vent. These are the prenatal vitamins that I take every single day. I got them from Walmart. I think they're like $10 or $11. I'm gonna show you how big this fucking pill is. It literally looks like a kidney bean. And at first when I used to take these in the beginning, they used to make me throw up all the time. And I realized that if you take them with food or after eating or a little bit like right before you eat, they don't make me throw up anymore. So with that, I'm going to do a video of all my like weekly pictures at the end of my pregnancy, so I don't really want to put them in now, but I am going to show you what my belly looks like right now. I'm obsessed with it. I know this video is basically me just talking, and I hope I can edit it a little bit and make it a little less boring. We'll see. My next doctor's appointment is March 11th, and we don't have a sonogram for that. It's just a prenatal appointment. Then my next big appointment is March 29th, which is the anatomy scan, which is to see the gender. And my mom and his mom will be coming with us to that appointment, and they will know what gender the baby is that day, and we will find out that weekend at the gender reveal. Jarrell wants a boy and I want a girl, so. But either way, we're both gonna be happy. It's gonna be exciting. Once I find out the gender, I feel like that's when the ball will really start rolling, and I'll be able to get stuff for my baby anytime I want, because there really isn't very much gender neutral stuff. We went to Walmart at to the baby section, and there really isn't anything that isn't boy or girl. So I think this is it for this video. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment if you want to. Like I said, we're gonna have a gender reveal, so keep a lookout for that in about a month or so, and I will see you guys in my next video.